Hello and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. I'm so glad you could join me today, and I hope you're doing well and finding ways to beat the summer heat. We've had a mild spring this year, but the temperatures have climbed up into the 90s, and it's going to be in the triple digits for the 4th of July weekend. The summer heat has curbed my outdoor walks. The temperatures were so mild this spring that I was walking 2 to 3 times a day for about 15 or 30 minutes at a time. Now I need to rush out the door as soon as the sun comes up so that I can walk before it gets too hot. And by the time it's cooled down in the evenings, I'm done for the day. Of course, every morning I still start with a house reset, so as soon as I'm done with my morning workout, I make the bed, tidy up and put things away, empty the dishwasher, and fold a load of laundry. Miss Callie has always been a great communicator. She's very good at letting me know when she wants something, and then it's up to me to figure out what it is that she wants. Sometimes she just wants me to give her a boost onto the sofa, or she's ready to go to the park, and if I follow her, she will lead me right to whatever it is she wants. And today, I think she was just looking for a second helping of breakfast.
How to reach out to the open arms. How to reach out to
I have a few things to tidy up in the laundry room this morning. I've got a hoodie hanging up in the laundry room that I use when I work out, and up until the last week, the overnight lows have been in the 40s and 50s, so I've needed a jacket in the mornings to warm up, but it's warm enough now that I won't need it until the fall, so I just need to toss it in the wash and put it away.
skies turning red, and I don't know, should I be scared or grateful? How can I see the beautiful? Broken from the start, I am nothing more than roses at the side of a busy road. How I'm crawling for a worthy goal. I can see.
Most of the whites that I wash are either towels or socks, and every time I fold socks, I get lots of questions about how many socks there are for a week. My husband will usually go through 2 pair a day. He showers after work and then puts on a clean pair of socks, and I much prefer to wash socks than to smell stinky feet. And most of the year I wear sandals when I go out, but unless I'm doing yoga, I wear socks and sneakers when I work out. Normally I have plenty of clean socks in the drawer, but because I've been walking a few times a day, I've been going through socks so fast that I have more socks in the laundry hamper than there are clean socks in the drawer. I always fold towels to fit the space where I store them. Some towels I fold and others I roll. Rolling towels save space and it looks nice if they're out on display, but it does take a bit more time. I found an older video of when I organized the small linen cabinet that we have upstairs, and for some reason it never made it into a video, so I decided to add it to this one. And as you'll see a little bit later, I was having trouble trying to remember how to roll up a towel, and as you can see here, I finally got the hang of it.
The perfect summer is over with a flash and you're on your way. Somebody near are candles, we are lights, we are believers, we are safe with each other, with each other. But are we at the end? Are we at the end? Or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere we go is where I long to roam. Night or day, I'm taking you all the way, 'cause my heart's
I also get a lot of questions about this blanket. We found this one at Costco maybe 5 years ago. We have 2 of them, and I use the blankets to cover up the sofa to protect the upholstery from the dogs. Every week I put out a clean blanket and I wash the dirty one. It's a soft faux fur material, so I like to hang it up to air dry, but when the fur dries, it tends to be a little stiff, so to soften it up and fluff up the fur, I run it through the dryer on the no heat setting before I fold it up and put it away.
It goes round and round in circles.
There's a few things I need to put away in the kitchen. I have clean kitchen towels to put away, and we got a delivery of coffee pods that I need to open. And I also stopped to pick up the mail on my way back from my walk this morning. Mail isn't usually part of my morning routine. Our mail gets delivered in the evenings before my husband gets home from work, so he usually stops at the mailbox the same day it's delivered. Like most things, I try to take care of the mail as soon as it comes into the house, but this morning I tossed everything on the countertop so that I could take a shower and get dressed.
Or just sit beside me and never leave. I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you couldn't interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave?
When I pick up the mail, I normally sort through and separate the junk mail while I'm walking back from the mailbox. That way I can toss or shred any junk mail right away. Anything that has sensitive or personal info goes into the paper shredder, and then I file away anything that we need to keep. We don't have a separate home office, so we keep all of the supplies like paper, scissors, and pens in the top drawer, and we installed a hanging file insert in the cabinet directly below it. I'll be sure to add a link for that one in the description box. It fits a standard sized cabinet, and before we set up this system, the countertop was constantly piled up with papers that needed to be filed.
I'm waiting at the doorstep, finally home. Haven't gone for too long. Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio's playing our song, and then you stood there smiling at me, as so many times before. I never wanna be away with you again. You are all I want and more. It's true.
I try to run the dishwasher at the end of the day so that I can unload it first thing in the morning. And even though I do rely on routines to keep the house running smoothly, that doesn't mean that things always go according to plan or that the house is always spotless. And on this particular day, I got an early start on the meal prep and washed and chopped all the produce for the week. I filled up the dishwasher and ran it, but there were a few things that wouldn't fit in the dishwasher, so I left them in the sink. And I had originally planned on loading everything into the dishwasher when it was empty, but I needed to use the food processor that day, so I decided to wash the parts by hand. The view out of this kitchen window is one of my favorites, especially this time of year when the agapanthus and the roses are blooming and the hummingbirds are busy feeding. During the growing season, I need to add yard work to my list of things to do. I like to get outside and work in the yard as long as the weather is agreeable. Of course, we need to mow the lawn every week, but there's also a lot of additional pruning that needs to be done. So just like I divide the house into separate zones, I break up the yard into 4 different sections and I work on one section every week. This side yard has a few privets that need to be shaped. A few years ago, we had to transplant this privet shrub when we had the new HVAC system installed. I've transplanted almost every plant and shrub in this yard at one point or another, but we had to dig it up and move it in the middle of summer. This little shrub was twice the size before we moved it, and it almost died back completely. I thought for sure it wasn't going to make it, but somehow it managed to survive, and I've been slowly shaping it into a sphere, but then a leader popped up right in the center, so I've been letting it grow so that I can start a second sphere on top. We already have this 3-tier topiary, so I'm not sure if I want a second one, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity, so we'll let it go and see what happens.
The windows closed.
If I have a lot of pruning to do, or if I need to give the shrubs a very hard prune, I usually grab the electric trimmer, but for light duty maintenance like this, I prefer to use hedging shears. The electric trimmer is much faster, but it also tears as it cuts and it leaves jagged edges. So if there's not a lot to do, then the shears leave a nice even cut.
Days in another country. Every cell screams, stay right here, and my legs, they freeze us in fear. We got time after this, but I'll need you as my brightest light. Even in the darkest night, you shine so bright.
I've been battling with fungal diseases on most of the plants this year. The conditions have been perfect for powdery mildew this spring, and even though these Aggies look healthy, the leaves are yellowing and dying back underneath, and I think they're infested with mealybugs. I've been treating them along with the rest of the shrubs with neem oil every week, trying to get rid of the bugs and the powdery mildew. The hot weather should clear up the mildew problem, but I think I need to start spraying the Aggies twice a week to get them under control and to keep the bugs from spreading.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows.
I organized this linen cabinet a few years ago, but it never made it into a video for some reason, so I thought I would share it with you now. I organized this cabinet right after I decluttered the guest room and sold the bed that was in that room. Normally, the beds were always made up, so the sheets and blankets stayed on the bed, so we always had plenty of extra room in this linen cabinet. But when we sold the bed, I put everything in this cabinet, but I never took the time to organize it, so I needed to pull everything out and and refold a few things so that they would fit better in the cabinet. I have an assortment of plastic bags that I use to store the blankets and sheets when we're not using them. When we decluttered and organized the closet in the guest room, I decided to move them into this cabinet, but I needed to organize the bags by size so that it would be easier to find the right size for the bag that I needed. I usually get the bags whenever we buy a new set of sheets or take a quilt to the dry cleaners. I just save the bags so that I can reuse them, but they're very inexpensive and they come in different sizes, so I'll try to leave a link in the description box for those. We only use the linens that we store in the cabinet about once or twice a year whenever we have friends or family come to visit with us. I store the linens in separate bags to keep off the dust, and I didn't show it in this video, but I like to add a dryer sheet to each bag to keep them smelling fresh.
The sign was given, it's in the way you move and in the sound of your heart. We tend to fall together, fall in love, and still in the end we'll fall apart. So there's hope is that we stay close.
The larger blankets were the easiest to fit into bags, but the smaller blankets and shams were a bit more of a puzzle. Because if I had a set of 3 shams, then I needed to find 3 identical bags, but once I have the right bags, it will be much easier to get things out and put them away the next time I need them. Of course, matching bags isn't completely necessary, but it does make it easier to find things, and it also makes it easier to organize the cabinets when things are the same size. Got blinded, cause when it's good it's great, so we can't see we're fading away. So this hope is that we stay close, but it's the life that we chose. It takes time to get it right, sleepless days and nights. We just need a little more, just a little time for you and I. So stay a bit longer, just a little time for you and I, until it's over, just a little time. Just a little time. I wanted to start with the bottom cabinet because it was the most disorganized, and I also knew it was going to take the most time. The bottom cabinet is much deeper than the upper cabinet, so it's big enough to hold larger items like blankets and quilts. So I was able to fit the larger blankets together on the bottom shelf, and then a few lighter blankets and shams on the upper shelf.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cup my tea. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the greater.
We keep most of the extra towels for guests inside the guest bathroom, but I wanted to move some of them into this upper cabinet, along with a few of the oversized towels that we use when we go up to the pool. I can fit all of the towels inside the cabinet, but no matter how I fold the towels, they just don't fit well inside that upper cabinet. The shelves are too narrow to stack towels side by side, but it's also too wide for just one towel. So to maximize the space inside the cabinet, I decided to roll up the towels. I had seen it done plenty of times, but I was having trouble remembering how to roll them up so that they stayed together. I managed to get it to work out, but if you want to see the proper way to roll up a towel, you can go back to the beginning of this video.
Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. If I could take you back to my youth, show you what I wish I knew. My will is strong with a place to lean. In the moment I hung desperately. The other ring on my wrist is gold, pairing with the light it holds. When I return from my skin and bone, I'm remembering the words you told me. Wait, hold on. Put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Hold on.
There's plenty of room on the bottom shelf for all the washcloths and hand towels, but small items on deep shelves are hard to organize, and I didn't want to stack them in front of each other. I wanted to be able to see everything when I opened the door, so I decided to reinstall this organizer. I had this organizer here before, but for some reason I took it out. But I thought it would be the perfect place to store all the washcloths. That way, when the door opens, I can reach all of the hand towels without having to move things out of the way. When I decided to start rolling up the towels, I just wanted to maximize the space, but I also thought it would look better if I rolled everything inside the cabinet. But the smaller towels and washcloths don't need to be rolled up in order to fit in the cabinet, and it's much easier to fold them, so I ended up folding all of the smaller towels, except for the washcloths, on the top rack of this organizer, because there just wasn't enough clearance when the door closed. Ideally, I would like to store all of the linens in one central location, but this tiny cabinet can't hold everything. So I wanted to use this cabinet to keep all of the guest linens together in one place. That way, when people come to visit us, everything is organized and easy for them to find, and they know that they can use anything in this cabinet without having to ask. And that's all for today. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications before you go. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.